It's been a long time for you to get to this point, being a senior and contributing. Have you thought about what Saturday will mean for you?
Not really. I'm pretty much just been looking at it as any other game, just trying to get a W and play to the best of my ability. That's all I've been thinking about, really.
So will it be kind of special for you, like the last time right down the hill? That seems like it's a pretty cool moment for a lot of seniors that come through here.
I'm sure it will, but like I said, I really haven't thought about it. Maybe when I get to the top of the hill, I'll think about it, or Friday night in the hotel. But right now, I'm just worried about preparing for Wake Forest, really, and that's about it.
Does the, I guess, from being that said, Philip kind of said the same thing. I guess the championship game and knowing that you have this at stake kind of outweighs that and doesn't allow you to think about that, right?
Somewhat, but I mean, like we just want to go out there and get that nasty taste out of our mouth that we had down in Atlanta. We just want to win this game, and we can accomplish one of our goals with this win, so that'd be good.
What has stood out to you about Wake?
They're a really good offense. Their quarterback, I know he's left-handed. I noticed that he can get the ball out pretty good. They have a good running back. Their receivers are really good. I'm really impressed with them. I'm watching film. And their linemen are real athletic. So it's definitely going to be a tough challenge for us. So come ready to play.
How similar are they to what they did last year? You feel like after watching on film and having your experience last year?
To be honest, I really don't even remember like what all they did against us last year, because I remember it was late in the season.
Yeah.
And I remember they did a bunch of crazy trick plays. I do remember that, but other than that, I really don't remember much about that game.
They've been doing a bunch of crazy trick plays during this course of the season, haven't they? Didn't they do a couple on Florida State?
I actually haven't watched the Florida State game yet. Only games I watched is I watched a few other games, but I haven't watched the actual Florida State game yet, so I'm not sure what they did against them.
What have you done this past week to kind of get that sort of take loss behind you?
Just moving forward. I mean, it happens in football. You know, you can't, whether you have a big win or a big loss, you can't focus on it for too long. So the same way I got over all those wins we had, the same way I got over this loss we had recently.
What are the biggest things you guys are focusing on improving as a defense? What did you work on during the off-week?
Basically just getting back to the basics and just worrying about the little things, because the little things turn into big things. So basically just focusing on the little things, continuing to work hard and believing in ourselves.
You look back at your career here, you got any special moments that you kind of look at with pride or great plays that you've made?
Man, I've enjoyed all of it, like the ups, the downs, the good plays, the bad plays. Like I've enjoyed all of it because it's helped turn me into what I am today. So I've enjoyed all of it, really. What's
it been like for you getting to break through and start as a senior? That has to be a pretty cool feeling for you.
It's been a good feeling, but like I prepared myself for this moment. I didn't know when it was going to come, but I knew it was going to come at some point. So it's kind of like I rehearsed it already. So it's nice though.
It's been the best moment for you so far. You feel like
winning. That's been the best. That's been the best part of this year. Winning, and just getting better every week.
You talked about a nasty taste in your mouth playing against Georgia Tech. If Clemson wins the division, would you prefer to play Georgia Tech again and try to get a little payback?
It doesn't matter who we play. We're just trying to win the conference. Whoever's on the opposite side of us, it wouldn't matter to me either way.
You talked about, I guess, the little things lead to big things. That I guess we talked with Coach Steele last week. He mentioned he felt like there were maybe the 3 or 4 plays that stuck out. Is that something you guys focus on? Just you work on your fundamentals and avoiding those big plays.
Right. Explain that question again.
I guess there were a lot of big plays. There were 3 or 4 big plays that stood out against Georgia Tech. Is that something you guys focused on last week? Work on your fundamentals to avoid those.
Yeah, and mainly, I mean, it's just about making the plays. Like Georgia Tech made plays that we didn't make.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like we had bust or anything. They just made plays that we didn't make. So give credit to them, but hopefully this week we'll be able to make those plays and going forward.
Does much change for you? You mentioned Price being left-handed. Does that change anything from the defensive back standpoint?
Being left-handed?
Yeah. Does that change any of your keys or anything? No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Is Wake Forest more of a? Do they do? I know Georgia Tech did a lot of chop blocking and stuff. Does Wake Forest do a lot of that, especially like what was happening to you guys out on the edge last week?
Not really from what I seen on film, but I mean, you never know. They could watch the Georgia Tech game and think they have an advantage that way, so they could come with that, but I don't know. But I haven't seen it so far.
They've got one of the top receivers in the league in Givens.
Yeah.
Too. You looked at him, and do you look eager to play against a guy like that?
Oh yeah, definitely, because he's a really good receiver. I like what I've seen on him from film, so it'll definitely be a challenge for all of us and the whole defense as a whole. Because I mean, they have good, skilled people all around and good linemen. So, but I'm looking forward to playing against him and all those other receivers that they have. So it'll be fun.
What's it been like as a senior this year, playing with as many young guys as you have? And I guess it's probably going to be kind of a unique opportunity for you guys who have played them through it to mentor those guys and bring them along.
I mean, it's been fun, but those guys haven't been young since week 1. I mean, once you get that first game out of the way, like that excuse really doesn't exist no more. As our coaches told us after the first game, you know what I'm saying? We're not young anymore, so it's been fun though. Like all those guys are like my little brothers, so it's been real fun.
Anything else for Coty?